This conference will now be recorded.
So we are learning about taxation. So as I told you, the taxation behavior is different from one country to another country. So let me open that file last time what we have discussed. Give me a second. Finance last 18th we have discussed. So in the olden days, as I told you, it is kind of state-wise taxes available in India as well. In India also it is each state have their own taxation. There is no specific like all items will have the same tax. So take the example coffee items, like coffee is growing in Kashmir, then there it is a tax is very less, whereas in like Tamil Nadu or Andhra Pradesh, coffee is not growing here, the percentage of the tax may be high. In 2002 and 2003 before 2002 and 2003, before at that time each state has different taxes. In India also we have the same. Later like Vajpayee government has brought VAT concept. I don't know the exact year, but this concept is brought in 2002 or 2003 something. So purchase tax and sales tax. At the time of purchase, you are paying some tax. At the time of sales, you are getting some tax. The difference between these two will be paid to the government. This is, as I told you, in the old system, you need to pay like 15 rupees, whereas in the new system, it is 5 rupees only. This is VAT concept. So indirectly, it was decreased the amount by government, but everyone should be with white without black. So 5 only we are paying. This is VAT. And there is service tax, there is excise. Each department has different taxes in VAT, service tax and excise. But Modi government once again changed from these three different types of taxes to only one tax, GST. So in this GST, it is a state tax and the central tax and like interstate tax. This is available. So now VAT like GST is different function. GST is different function. Okay, that means Indian localization has different percentage of the taxes. So rounding rule also we have discussed. Rounding rule also we have discussed. So if you want to map sales tax in the blank company, standard sales tax, first we need to create vendor account. Once vendor account is created, you need to create sales tax authority. In the sales tax authority, you are mapping vendor account. You are using mapping vendor account. And here you need to create sales tax other settlement periods. At that time, you need to map or select sales tax authority. So that is the reason it is sequence steps. You need to create first vendor account. That vendor account should be selected in the authority, and then in authority, this authority should be mapped in the periods, and here you are mapping the settlement period. 1 month. How frequently you are submitting your tax returns? Either it is 1 month or 2 months or 3 months. One is monthly, bi-monthly or quarterly. So in India, if you are doing business based on the volume or based on the turnover, it will be there. Majority times, if it is a big business, we need to pay or we need to submit IT returns every month. IT returns every month. Okay. So once it is mapped sales tax settlement periods, you need to map ledger posting groups. In the ledger posting groups, you are selecting select main accounts. Which account should be posted? which account tax amount, the tax amount, which account should be hit, that you are mapping here, ledger posting groups. After that, once it is done, you need to create sales tax codes. You need to create sales tax codes, the actual number sales tax codes, and then you need to map sales tax group and item sales tax group, these two. Then intersection between these two will be post calculated as a tax amount. Okay, as I told you, now still USA is following the same, whatever we have before 2002 2003, the same is following, means based on the area or location where your company is located, based on that taxes will be calculated. So here it is based on the item, here it is based on the here it is based on the location, this is based on the location. Location means where the customer is exist, the where the vendor is exist, based on that taxes will be calculated. And in this VAT or GST, based on the item, the taxes will be calculated. Understood? This is just last Friday we have discussed. I'm just recapping this thing, entire thing. Okay, any doubts in this? Any doubt in this? If nothing, then let me proceed and let me show you one more example. So I'm creating a purchase order and sales order. I'll show you. Let me create a sales order. I'm creating a sales order. So this all taxes are called direct tax. Sorry, indirect tax. There is one more direct tax is available. We'll discuss that one after a few minutes. Okay. So these are indirect taxes. These are indirect taxes. So I'm creating a new sales order. So let me select a vendor, sorry, customer. Let me select site and warehouse. So if you map sales tax group at the customer level and item sales tax group at item level, then automatically it will be populated in the transaction. So the actual business user, whoever is entering, he may or may not know about the taxation. He may or may not know about the taxation. So here, whenever you are posting a transaction, if you map at customer level, if you map sales tax group, and item level, if item sales tax group, if you map it, automatically it will be populated from customer and item master in the system. Understood? So it will be populated automatically from the customer. It will populate here sales tax group, sales tax group. For item, it will be item sales tax group. It will be populated. So in reality, business people or whoever is entering sales order, they may not know about this function. I mean, say they know like what is this sales tax, but they don't know what is the percentages, which one need to select. So what they will do automatically, whenever internal team, they will update this item sales tax group and sales tax group respectively with item and customer or vendor. Okay, if you map automatically, then if you verify, you can click on cell tab. If you verify sales tax, it will show you sales tax. So the taxes are calculated automatically. So as I told you, the intersection between item sales tax group and sales tax group is populated. Now I'm doing packing slip. That means delivery of the material. During packing slip, in general, tax will not be included. In general, it will not be included. So if you want, taxes should be, usually that is not the best scenario. Means at the time of packing slip, no one will ask for taxes should be posted at the time of packing slip. That is not the scenario at all. Okay, it will not be included, the taxes. Now at the time of invoice, the taxes will be populated. Tax amounts will be populated. I mean to say it is the taxes will be posted to corresponding ledger accounts at the time of invoice, and it should be collected from the customer. So the postings, invoice posting, we know, like if it is a customer invoice or sales order invoice, what is debit and what is credit? Can you please help me? Customer invoice posting, what is going to be debited, what is going to be credited? We are discussing from many days.
Customer account debit.
Customer account data to
Revenue account.
Revenue account credit. Yeah. Next.
Account.
Cost of purchase material invoice.
Yes, cost of purchased material.
Goods. This is sales. Okay.
This is
Vendor
cost of
account.
goods. Cost of goods. Okay.
Goods.
Cost of goods account data to, then cost of material purchased. Cost of purchased material invoice. Actually, this is inventory, simply inventory. This is inventory. Actually, they have renamed as later, like it is invoiced. It is
Cost of units invoiced.
Yeah,
units
cost
invoiced.
of, yes. This is cost of units invoiced. So this is cost of purchased material invoice or something. Okay. COG, this is COG account, cost of goods account, and this is inventory account. Now, if it is taxes are included, if these taxes are included, then what happens? Please help me. Suppose this is 400 or 1900, whatever it is. Example, this is 1900. We are going to receive. Okay, the cost is suppose like 850. Then it is 850. Now it is around 400 something. The tax is there, 300 or 400. So tax will be debited or credited. I cannot remember. Now I need to collect 1900 only, or including tax I need to collect. What is the amount? Plus
including tax.
Yes. So suppose 450 something. So I need to receive this amount. Agree with me?
Correct.
So then automatically sales tax is credit. Simple. Whether sales tax is debit or credit, I did not remember. I cannot remember. It is not, I'm forgetting every time. So for a customer, I need to increase. So your debit balance is increasing. Always it should be zero accounts, as I told you. At any point of time, the entire voucher should be zero. Then it should be posted credit as 450. So this, how can you remember? If you remember this, the basic function perfectly, then you can easily understand this 400 ways whether it is a tax is posted to credit or debit. So why it is credited means you need to pay this amount to government authorities. That is the reason it is liability. It is a liability. The tax amount you are collecting at the time of sales, whatever it is a liability. It is 2 series. is 2 series because you need to pay this back to the government authorities, whatever it may be, but you need to pay. This is you have collected from the customer and you need to pay to the government authorities. Understood? Now let us understand here in the system, like if I go to the invoice and the voucher, have not posted invoice, huh? Sorry. Let me post invoice and let me see the postings. Let me do invoicing quickly. So always if it is a sales order process, it will warn you message like you are not taking a printout. It will warn me. So I will proceed with OK. Now if you verify the voucher, there will be 5 transactions. If it is at the time of packing slip, we have enabled checkbox, then it will be 7 lines will be there. 7 lines. 4 at the time of invoice, and the tax is coming now 5 lines, and packing slip transaction will be reversed, so 2 more lines. Total 7 lines will be shown at the time of invoice voucher. So if you verify the invoice, voucher, okay, now look at this one, 7 lines are there. So customer account data to revenue account credit, and tax amount also credit, that 400 odd amount. So customer account is 1900 plus 413.25 is this one, revenue account credit and sales tax account credit. And the 2 accounts, it is ICE accounts will be posted. This is cost of units invoice, means it is inventory account, and COG, cost of goods sold. This is cost of goods sold, and delivery. So now one more requirement. Suppose
Can you go back to that voucher once?
there is a power issue in between. There is a power issue. Okay, let me show you once again. Someone asked about this one. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah. So are you able to see my screen now?
Yeah. Thank you, Shruti. Yeah.
Fine. Now there is one more function, include sales tax, include taxes. Sometimes it should be tax should be included and reverse calculation should be done. What do you mean by this one? Means suppose 20,000 is the like a washing machine value, sales price is 20,000. In this 20,000, it is 1920 is 19,200 is the amount and 800 is the tax. I want like this. I will enter 20,000. Reverse calculation should be done. Some companies, they will follow include taxes. Include taxes, they will follow. If it is like that, if you want, then we have a function. Let me go to here. General ledger. General ledger. Ledger setup. General ledger parameters. General ledger parameters. Here, if you go to sales tax, we have option called include sales tax. Amount includes sales tax. If you enable this checkbox for each and every transaction, it will do reverse calculation. It will do reverse calculation. Okay, automatically it will be populated. If you map this checkbox, then it will be populated in the transaction. So suppose I have not enabled now. Suppose if it is enabled, what happens? Let me show you. This 413.125 should not be after 1900. It should be including 1900. If I want like this. You need to enable this checkbox. If you enable, okay, let me create new sales order. Give me a second. This is at organization level. For the entire organization level, if you map like this, give me a second. Then let me go to customer account. Give me a second. It is taking some time. Okay, so for this customer, So the checkbox will be populated automatically if you enable the parameters. In the parameters, if you enable, then automatically this price includes sales tax. Price includes sales tax will be populated automatically. Price including sales tax will be populated automatically. And the sales tax group, you will map whatever it is relevant, you are mapping. Suppose California, customer is located in the California. California, price including tax. So from the general ledger parameters, it will be populated to the customer account in price including sales tax. Now, if you are creating a sales order with the customer C001, everyone, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, Satya.
Okay, there is a network issues. I have changed network, so it will not be, furthermore, there will not be any issues. Okay, so let me proceed. Now here, automatically we have selected at the customer level. Now, if you go to the header, if you go to the header, give me a second. Okay, no problem. So if you select header in this setup tab, automatically it was populated price includes sales tax. Okay, so if you want directly in the transaction, you can select, or by default, if you want, you can map at header, like one is general ledger parameter level, then it will be populated everywhere it will be populated. You need not to do it. If it is for all transactions I don't want, only for specific transaction I want, then you can come to header and you can do it. It is available everywhere in the form, wherever it is, purchase order, sales order, free text invoice, vendor invoice, journal, everywhere it is. Okay, so now I'm selecting item. So for the customer, I have mapped the tax group, then automatically sales tax group tax will be populated here. For item, I have not mapped. This is intentionally I missed. So because I have not mapped, this is my mistake. I have selected like instead of 1000, I have entered 10,000 in the item master. Let me remove this 0. Then it is item 1000. Okay, if you map at item level, automatically it will be populated from sales sell fast tab. If you map sell fast tab, tax will be automatically calculated. Okay, now if you look at this one, sales taxes, sell tab, sales tax, earlier it is 413.25 something. Now it will be reverse calculation. For 1900, it will be reverse calculation. It is around 360 something. total 339.43. One second, let me verify what is the price of the item I've entered. Is it 1500? One second. So it is 1900. So how it is calculating? Let me take a calculator.
Satya, this
Yes.
is US company, right? So for
Yes.
US companies, it should be item sales tax group as all, right?
So that is fine. Just I'm telling you for remaining.
Okay.
I'm not taking example like USA only, but in some countries they want reverse, am I right? Including tax. It is in USA also they may follow. In USA also they may follow reverse calculation. 7.25, 7.25, 7.25, 21.75. So 1900 multiply with 100 divided by 121.75. It is 1560.57 something. Look at this one. $1560.5 5749. 49 means 5. 5 means it is 8. It is 58. So it will calculate 49 means it is 50. 50 means it is 8. So rounding principle, okay, that is fine. Now it was calculated like this. So you can do packing slip and invoice. So in USA also they may have including taxes. Am I right? This is your perspective, like how you want. But anyhow, that the tax is calculating whether you are publishing your prices like including tax or excluding tax. In general, it is excluding tax because I want to show to any customer, I would like to show the like lesser price rather than high price. That is your business, whether you want including price or excluding price. Usually nowadays they will speak like what is the price, what is the price of this item means they will speak like 2000. Later they will tell you like 200 tax and everything. They will tell you like these are taxes, sir. Am I right? We should not speak like 225 instead of 200 to 2025, 2225 instead of 2225. I will publish like 2000 only, taxes extra. Am I right? So that is your wish. That is, I mean to say your company, the client, wherever you are implementing, based on their requirement, you will map this whether including tax or excluding tax. This is not linked to like item linked or location linked. I mean to say the taxation can be calculated based on location, based on item. In both scenarios, some clients they may use this including tax or excluding tax. In general, wherever I saw, it is excluding tax only. I mean to say taxes will be on top of item value, taxes will be calculated. If it is suppose mobile or anything, suppose you are purchasing mobile, they will speak like 9,000. 9,000 means reverse calculation will be there, taxes. If it is washing machine, they will speak like the base price value. On top of that, they will speak like some taxes. That is business to business, it will be vary. Understood? Any doubt in this? Now if you verify, it will be customer account will be debited with the 1900 only, and revenue will be it is around 1560 560 1560 point something is there, whatever it is there, that will show. Look at this one. So during reverse calculation, it was adjusted with 0.01. As I told you, rounding. So 1560.58 is the revenue amount, and 339.43 is the tax amount. So these two together, total sum, it is 1900 0.01. Understood? Any doubt in this? I hope it is clear. Now, suppose if I am doing a free text invoice, I'm doing a free text invoice. We have learned free text invoice in the very first sessions. Without item, we did it, free text invoice. Then item is not there. Item is not available. Am I right? Then where is item sales tax group will be populated? I have not selected any item. Or vendor invoice journal. In the vendor invoice journal also, we are not selecting any item. And I told you, like, one is sales tax group and another one is item sales tax group. Am I right? One is sales tax group and another one is item sales tax group. This is what we have learned from last 2-3 days. Now, whenever I am creating a free text invoice or invoice journal, if I am creating a free text invoice, same customer, okay, I'm selecting this ledger account. Suppose revenue account 401200. Then item sales tax group is populating from somewhere else. From where it is populating means in general ledger parameters, we have a mapping item sales tax group. If you map item sales tax group, then that will be defaulted to free text invoice and invoice journal also, vendor invoice journal. Okay, then it will be populated. Once again, suppose you are doing 500. Here also we have option at header level, include price or yes or no. I think in old versions, in the AX 2009 or somewhere else in the old version, this checkbox is not there, I observed, but nowadays it is available. So in D365 also, 1 second. Yeah, here it is available. Price including sales tax. It is available. Okay, so if you enter 500, reverse calculation will be done. And if you want to verify the taxes, you can see the taxes. Even vendor invoice journal also the same concept. It is 7.25. The common intersection between these two is only one item, like 7.25. It is 33.80. Okay, now you can post. Understood? Any doubt? This taxation. This is all our indirect taxes. If it is clear, we'll try to understand withholding tax. That is direct tax. In India, we will call it as TDS, tax deduction at source. Of course, in India, it is there is a different function. There is a different function. Now, let us understand the standard withholding tax or direct tax. If you don't have any doubts on this function, taxes, the same concept, including checkbox, as I told you, it is available in the vendor invoice journal also. Everywhere it is available. So if you verify the voucher, invoice journal, voucher. It is reverse transaction. Okay. So now let us understand withholding tax. Any more doubts in indirect tax?
This series for that sales tax account, is it one series or two series?
It is a liability account because you need to pay to this government authorities. Am I right? Whatever you have collected, this is sales tax collected at the time of customer invoice. You are collecting and you need to pay this back to the vendor, to the government authorities. Am I right? Make sense? It is a liability amount. Two series. At the time of purchase, it is a, you can claim that amount. It is asset. It is quite opposite. For the customer, it is opposite. For the vendor, it is opposite. Am I right? Clear? Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone. Now let us understand direct taxes. Direct tax or withholding tax. So in India, we will call it as TDS, tax deduction at source. This is called direct taxes. TDS or TCS, tax collection at source, tax deduction at source is TDS and TCS. It is direct taxes in India. It is direct taxes. This is available across the globe. Okay, but behavior is different. Behavior is different. So what is this tax deduction at source? Let us understand. Suppose if you are taking services, if you are taking service from a vendor, then you need to deduct the tax amount and you need to pay to the vendor. Means suppose the item is like painting. For painting, you need to pay $2,000. Now tax is 10%, means 200 you need to deduct and you need to pay 1800 only to the vendor. You need to pay 1800 only to the vendor and 200 you need to pay to the government authorities. This is tax deduction at source. Tax deduction at source means you are deducting the amount and you are paying remaining amount only. Instead of 2000, you are paying 1800 to the vendor and 200 you need to pay to the government authorities. This is called tax deduction at source. Tax deduction at source. Okay. Let me show you the setup in standard. This is also once again tax. Give me a second, please. Okay, I'm back. So this is withholding taxes. So you can create withholding tax codes and groups. First, you need to create withholding tax codes. You need to create withholding tax codes. Okay, in this you can go inside values. You will see the percentage of the tax. You have mapped 28%. Once it is created, withholding tax codes, and you can map the ledger account, which ledger account should be posted, withholding tax code. And once it is mapped, you need to map withholding tax group. In this group, you can combine n number of tax codes. Simple setup for standard application. In I mean to say, in the India-based company, there are some more setups, but in for standard application means across the globe, normal. So you are attaching all tax codes to withholding tax group. For withholding tax group, we have mapped tax codes. If it is 2, 3 are there, you can map all those things. So one is for this withholding tax. First, you need to create withholding tax codes. Means 28%, 16%, whatever it may be, the percentages. Then you need to create withholding tax group. In this, you can map withholding tax codes. And you need to map this one withholding tax group to vendor account. In the vendor account, you are mapping withholding tax group. In the vendor account, you need to map withholding tax group. This is must. Once it is defined, you need to go to vendor account. You need to go to vendor account and you need to map withholding tax group. Suppose I'm taking vendor 1009, Priya Enterprises. So we can map withholding tax group in the invoice and delivery fast tab, like wherever the taxes sales tax group you have mapped, there only you need to map withholding tax group. Here, give me a second. Invoice and delivery. Here, calculate withholding tax and map the withholding tax. This is normal tax. This is withholding tax. This is normal tax, which we have learned earlier. Now we are learning withholding tax. Okay, once it is mapped for 1009, now let me create a purchase order or vendor invoice, anything. I'm creating a purchase order.
Satya, just quick clarification. So
Yeah,
this is alternative for the step 5 and 6 and 7, 8, right? What you're saying right now compared to the previous ones, which means the remaining process of creating vendor account, sales tax authorities, those are common. And when you create, instead of creating a sales tax code and item sales tax groups and all, you are using this withholding tax, correct?
No, no, no. That is different. This is different. That is item. This is for service. In many companies, in many countries, if they have taking, if they are taking a service, a kind of thing, as I told you, like painting, or you are asking for painting, or you are taking services. This is completely different from item. Earlier, it is item-based tax. That is direct tax. This is indirect tax. Taxation will have two different taxes. One is say direct tax, another one is indirect tax. These are direct taxes. This is indirect tax. These are indirect taxes. This is direct tax. This tax is usually for service. If you are taking service from the vendor, they will use this item, this type of taxes. It is not alternative. That is sales tax. This is withholding tax. Tax itself has different function. Understood?
Okay.
Yeah. So taxes are two different taxes. One is indirect tax, one is direct tax. Whatever you are paying to government, like if you are going to shop, any shop you are purchasing, that is direct tax. That is direct tax. But whatever, if you are doing business, then only it will come as indirect tax. TDS. If you are a person, you are paying salary. Against salary, you are paying tax. Am I right? That is your like your employee means you are a service oriented. So that is the reason companies are deducting from you the tax amount. That is TDS. Remember, if you are getting salary, it is instead of, suppose your salary is 1.5 lakh, they are deducting around TDS around 1500 something or 15,000, and monthly they will deduct 10,000, 8,000 something, and they will pay you 1,40,000 something. Understood? Okay, I'm doing product receipt. I hope it is clear to everyone. This is direct tax. Companies will deduct the tax for the services. So you are an employee, you are like a company is taking your services. So for that, they will deduct tax. This is direct tax. So accounts payable, vendor payment. I'm just opening parallelly, just a form I'm opening so that it will be readily available. Now we did product receipt and I'm doing invoice. I'm purchasing services from a vendor. This is services. For services, I need to pay 899. Take the example, I need to pay 899. One is sales tax, one is TDS, tax deduction at source or withholding tax. These two are different completely. So I'm entering vendor invoice number, invoice date, and match status, update match status, it was passed, and post the invoice, it is 899. The invoice value is 899 because I have updated price, unit price, purchase price 899. So here there is no tax. This is you are taking services, means you are asking a vendor to paint it and give it to us. So this is a service you are taking. So you are giving your machine or kind of thing. Your suppose childs, you are giving childs, your child manufacturing company, you are giving childs to your vendor, and you are going to ask like paint it and give it back to me. Then he will do painting. For that painting he will charge for one child, it is $20. Like I have given 100 childs, 100 into 2, it is 120, it is $2,000 I need to collect. That means for vendor you need to pay 2,000 or 20,000, whatever it may be the amount. But I will not pay full amount. I will pay by deducting the tax amount, I will pay remaining amount. So look at this one, the voucher is 899 only. There is no change. Here it will not show any tax. Here it will not show any tax. This is, look at this one, 899 only. Now I'm doing payment. So this direct tax is at the time of payments, but not at the time of invoice. Direct taxes, indirect taxes is at the time of sales, invoice, but in the like direct tax is at the time of payment. Direct tax is at the time of payment, and indirect tax is at the time of invoicing. Look at this one. So bear with me for another 2-3 minutes. Just 2-3 minutes only, not more than that. I'm selecting the vendor 1009, whatever we did it. For that vendor, I'm selecting. Now I need to do the vendor payment for the entire amount. But if I click settle transactions, %, we have mapped TDS, tax deduction at source. So now if you select this one, 899, it is showing, look at this one, withholding tax will be calculated. Give me a second, it is loading. So it was calculated some tax amount. Withholding tax 251.72 is the 28% tax. If you click OK, I will pay only remaining amount 899 minus 251.72. I will pay remaining amount only. This is at the time of payment. So indirect tax is all at the time of invoicing. This direct tax or withholding tax is at the time of payment. Understood? Any confusion here? At least anyone can yes or no, please. Are you able to hear me at least?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is direct tax.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
How does this reflect on the aging, vendor aging?
Vendor aging, it will include withholding tax. I mean to say the amount 899 only. It will show 899 only. Vendor aging report, because see at that, if you verify the vendor account itself, the amount in vendor account, if you verify the transactions, it will show you need to pay 899 transaction, because whether you are paying to vendor or government organization, that is different scenario. You are splitting into payment into two splits. Some amount you are, a major portion you are paying to government, like to the vendor, major portion. Remaining amount you need to pay to the government authorities. You are liable to pay. It is a liability amount, right? This 899 you are paying some 72% to the vendor and 28% to the government authority. That's it.
Can I see the payment voucher details? This is a payment voucher, no, right?
No, I have not. Can I post? You want me to post?
Yeah.
I will post. 1 second. Give me a second. I will post. If it is a cash account, I will post quickly. Give me a second. Now let me post. This is TDS, tax deduction at source. Even for salary also, companies are taking services from you, and that is the reason they are deducting tax, TDS. You are serving to the company, means companies are taking services from employees. So even they have committed for 1.5 lakh salary, suppose if it is a TDS, they are deducting and they are paying to you. Am I right? The same behavior. The same behavior. Okay, verify the voucher. It will show you 647.28 here, and you will find related voucher. So the voucher is 647.28, but if you click on all related vouchers, it will show you withholding tax transaction. Understood?
So if I take
GST.
the supplier statement, it would show that we have purchased some services. I mean, we have received some services, and the service value is $899. And in terms of the payment to it, we paid 647 as a payment, and 241 has been adjusted against the withholding tax. Is it?
Yes.
So if you do the settlement for this, will it show the it will be a two-line settlement to show payment separately and withholding settled separately?
Let me verify. 1 second. We'll see in the vendor transactions. Let me close this vendor account and let me show you the settlement transactions. So in this procurement, I think it is invoice tab, undo settlement. It will show 899 only directly, as per my knowledge. Yeah, okay, it was split into this one and it was showing.
This is what is correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Will I be able to see against the withholding tax vendor how much is the liability to be paid?
Okay, so that is a simple report. We don't have much. So you are talking about the report in the withholding tax, am I right?
Because there can be reconciliations which the government can ask or something, right?
Yeah.
Against which invoice and how much you paid or not paid, whatever is it. So I'll have to reconcile it at a later date.
Yeah. posted withheld tax is available. The report in the tax inquiries and reports, we have one report, posted withholding tax report. So it will show you the voucher. So if you want more details, you can customize. Anyhow, everything is available in the data. You can do a customization.
Satya, where is the ledger setup for this course? Tax,
It is mapped.
withholding tax.
Yeah, it was created at the time of withholding tax code creation. We are mapping the ledger account. Right. Of course, India has different little bit scenario based setups, but here direct.
One more question. Does the system will offer us saying that, say, example, withholding tax calculated was 100,000. I paid the government, say, 80,000, 20,000 is still outstanding. And in the next month, when I go cumulative of the current one transactions, then do we have some sort of reconciliation available in this case? How many settled, how much was payment made? Basically like a vendor whole process. We are setting up directly at the account level. We don't have, as of, I did not see the vendor, probably I missed it. Vendor saying that somewhere.
So here it is posted sales tax, it is showing. Against this we have voucher and we have dates. Am I right? The voucher. So the voucher, and it will be linked to the, if you go to original document, the linkage is there. Whatever you are expecting, like vendor should be mapped here. It may not be available directly, but 1 second. Accounting Source Explorer. If you click Accounting Source Explorer, this is one of the beautiful feature which is not available in AX 2009, available in 2012 on D365. Particularly, Velu, you are expertise in 2009. This is Accounting Source Explorer is a new feature in 2012 on D365. Okay, it will show you the vendor link. It is available. But I'm not giving direct solution. It is available, the linkages. The linkages, it is available. Accounting Source Explorer is a beautiful function in 2012 on D365. So this amount in 2009, it is not there. In 2012, they have brought this feature. Which vendor, from which vendor we have received. So as I told you, Microsoft or any global ERPs, it will concentrate on functionality, but not reporting, not much. Some reports will be there. Based on customer requirement, you can do the report customizations.
So as part of the VAT settlement process, this also will be part of the VAT settlement process, or that is different? This is different. That is different.
VAT settlement process is available, but this settlement process, it is not there. Withholding tax in standard, we don't have withholding tax settlement process.
So that means we need to submit that withholding tax separately and then the normal indirect tax separately, is it?
Yes, separate only, always separate only, but we don't have the process. For few countries it may exist. I remember like the sales tax settlement process, for withholding tax also I saw in for some companies. I mean, it's for countries, some countries, but not for each and every country. The standard by standard is not there. I hope it is available for India. Let me verify, because it is India is different taxes. Okay, let me verify. So by standard is not there. Velu, if you ask me,
when you say by standard, in the sense, I mean, we can manage this through an workaround and things like that. That's what you mean by
the workaround is, as I told you, it is the report, whatever it is there. Based on that, you need to export and you need to verify. That's it. Okay, I mean to say by standard means for all vendor, for all countries. My meaning is here, for all countries it should be available. Am I right?
Yeah.
That is not available. That's what I want to tell you. But for India, we'll see. me a second, because India has differently, like this is INMF. I'm showing for INMF because there are many things. I think I saw earlier in India it is withholding tax settlement process is available. 1 second, periodic tasks. Let me collapse.
I think those SRTCs DDS.
Declarations here, withholding tax is available. Okay, this is for India. Sales tax settlement process and withholding tax payment process, just like payment process. But whereas for USA we have only one report. We don't have in the declarations. In the declarations, we don't have that kind of withholding tax process. Okay, whether I have given answer to everyone?
Yeah,
always I will speak like in standard means it should be available for all countries. All countries, that is standard. So for all countries it is not available. For India it is available. So simply you need to generate report and click on this one, or you need to develop a report and you need to submit to the government authorities based on the month-wise calculations. Anything else? It is, we have already crossed for 15 minutes, but no issues. So tomorrow I will brief you for 10-15 minutes taxes. So like settlement process, I will show you settlement process 15 minutes, and then we'll go for new topic. The taxes are related topics are going to be completed. We'll continue with the another topics. Okay, I'm stopping here for today. We'll connect once again tomorrow morning 7 a.m. IST. See you all.
Thanks.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.